We have Rachel standing by, and I'm not going to push too hard for too many calls because we want to talk about who on the Roula and Ryan show really changed their life by actually doing that thing you hear about. Oh, I read this book, and then I followed what the book said, and then my life became better.
And then I'm curious if others have, is there something they've read or listened to and they swear by it?
Right, but let's go to see what Rachel wants to let us know. Look at Me Now is where you have achieved something that people said you never can, you won't, you're not good enough, you'll never do this, or you're just going to always be this way. Hi, Rachel, good morning. And then you show them. Hi, Rachel. Okay,
Good morning.
Rachel's kicking.
Uh-oh.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
I was like, she's at the grocery store. Maybe she's like somewhere getting a coffee.
Mine just face over there for a second going,
Yeah.
Rachel, welcome to Look at Me Now. Share your story with us.
Hi, can you hear me?
Not really. I mean, it's like a wind tunnel or something's going on there. Are you on Bluetooth, honey?
No, I'm on my phone. I've even pulled over.
Okay.
Can you hear me
You're
now?
good.
Now it's
Yep.
better.
Now we can hear you.
Now it's better.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I have been overweight my entire life, like since birth, popped out overweight. So I have struggled like many other people. And October of 2022, I started taking Ozempic. And from October to May of 2023, I lost 90 pounds.
Nice.
And
Wow,
then,
awesome.
yeah, it was great. And then in May, I went to Mexico and had weight loss surgery. And I am currently down to 198 pounds.
You're kidding.
Wow.
And where in Mexico did you go for that?
Tijuana. I went through a medical tourism group called Trevita. It was amazing. They are absolutely 100% recommended.
Let me ask you this, Rachel. For somebody who has battled weight your whole life, has your mind caught up to what your physical size is now, or are you still looking at clothes thinking, I need to buy an XXL, or I need to buy a 2X, or I need to buy a 3X?
Yes, I'm still, and anyone that says that weight loss surgery is the easy way out, it is so not. It is so hard. The first 2 months, all I did was throw up. But you have to, you have to learn to eat again. You have to learn, what your body, because your body changes and it tolerates different things. And then you have the mental aspect. Like I still, I park close to a car and I'm thinking, I can't squeeze through that, but yes, I can.
Now, did you have gastric bypass, or did you have some other kind? Because you said you had weight loss surgery. There's a lot out there. Which one?
Sleeve?
I had the sleeve.
So that's a whole different way to live.
How much
now
cheaper was it to go there to Tijuana compared
versus
to
doing it here?
Oh, I had tried many, many, many times in the U.S. to get it done over the years. Insurance will hardly ever, no insurance will pay for it anymore. And I've had insurance. I've tried a couple different times. I know I moved to Houston from Arkansas 9 years ago. And when I first moved down here and got a job and got insurance, I went up to, I can't even remember what place it was, but someplace in Houston. And they went through the whole rigmarole of, interviewing me and everything. And then they're like, oh, well, no, honey, your insurance won't pay for it. But if you give us $15,000, we'll do it for you.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, let me just pull that out of my back pocket.
Well, and Rachel, for a lot of people, it's not cosmetic surgery to have weight loss surgery. You're not doing it for cosmetic effect. You're doing it for health reasons. So I'm surprised it's not.
Exactly.
You weren't approved over all those years.
I know, and that's what I thought, too. I was like, and we even I went to a different doctor at a different time and got all of my medical, history and everything, and they're just like, nope. I mean, in June of 2022, I worked from home. I had so many problems. I was walking around on a walker. I am 40. At that time, was 47 years old.
Yeah. What was your highest weight when you were on the walker then? Just last question. What was your highest weight when you were like in the walker's position?
378.
How tall were you?
5 foot.
5 feet tall. Well, obviously that is a medical thing. I'm surprised you weren't. I'm glad that you have found life with Ozempic and whatever else. Anybody who takes any kind of anything to save their own life, I will never shame that person.
Just make sure you go through a doctor.
Well, 2024, the technology we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
she said,
they
she
say
did go through a doctor.
Magic pill will eventually happen because of the technology, right? Look at you now, Rachel. Thanks so much for your call. Now we have to focus on who on the Roula and Ryan show read a book, changed their life.
Yeah.
Step up to the spotlight,
All right,
special
I guess
K.
we all need to read books more often.
He listened to it. Let's be real. He didn't read that.
He was on Audible.
Did I listen to this? I bet I did. Okay. But that's
long as
okay.
you learned.
I learned from it. I've been sitting on this for a little while because I've been, Booster, my husband and I have been working on this for just over a month. So let me take it back 3 years ago. I read this book called The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. He says, buy $1 million, own $1 million. So fast forward 3 years later, Booster and I just closed on our third property, bringing us to over $1 million in real estate.
Okay, that sounds unbelievable, but that also sounds very scary and unreachable for the average person when they hear $1 million, Kev. So explain, you didn't have $1 million cash to do this.
And I will be honest with you, how much did this last house cost us? Because you only have to put a certain amount down. Probably about $14,000 is what it costs
the third property.
to get into my third property. How did we do this? Like you said, I read this book. It's called The Millionaire Real Estate Investor by Gary Keller. And then I also listened to Bigger Pockets podcast. And but that's not all it takes. I never bought any new clothes the last 3 years. I'm sorry, guys. You can tell. I've given up. I didn't get a new truck like Eric did. I went on cheap vacation to Mexico. There was no help from mommy or daddy. I did lots of DJ gigs and weddings, and then Booster and I did the work ourselves as much as possible. And so, if you really,
I used to have a wedding in the middle of that.
Yeah, and then and then we did have to pay for that wedding in the middle of it. So,
and let's refocus on that other very important statement you said. The benefit that you had also that like I wouldn't have is you and Booster did the updating renovation work yourselves.
Yes, I'm very fortunate.
It's a gift that you know how to do that. It's amazing.
That I have a husband who is incredibly talented and dedicated to getting these homes looking fantastic. And so soon I will be able to share with you the listing for property number 2, because that's going to be up on Airbnb and Furnish Finder. And we're doing 30-day stay. And so it is possible, Houston, you can become successful just by reading these books and following their tenets. It doesn't have to be real estate. It could be just outright investing in stocks and bonds.
You have to have some capital to begin with, though.
I would say you do have to save.
How much do you think you need to save for like a first-time home buyer?
That wants to buy a property to make money off of.
Just to get into a property, average $15,000, because most properties are over $200,000 right now in the market. We did not. Our first 2 properties were $125 and $172, and we brought the value up to over $350,000 on each one of those properties by renovating them. And then the one that we bought,
so you'd say that you need to have at least $15,000 cash.
Yes, because if you get a first-time home buyer's loan, you can put down only 3.5%. Now that makes your monthly payment bigger. And interest rates really suck right now.
Yeah, they really
but
do.
You remember, you buy a house, you date an interest rate. I mean,
That's true. You can change that down the road.
You marry a house. Okay, you marry a house, you date an interest rate. Sorry.
Right.
Marry a house.
So you can refinance.
Mm-hmm. And also the renovations back in by the end of it, you put. What you said, $14,000 down.
We just did the math. I think we put $60,000 into this current house number 2. The one that we are moving into now is pretty much move-in ready, but of course we're gonna flip everything around and do new door shelves and build a garage.
So, like you said, he can't give you all the answers on where do you find the money, how do you find the money, but that book very much helped you figure out how to get the money to start building some real estate.
But you have to sacrifice, like you said,
no vacations, not buying new clothes.
You still went on. I still went like 2 or 3 times a year.
Well, here's the other thing with Mexico is we got the Southwest Airlines card, and Booster flew free for the last year because of Companion Pass.
Nice.
So, girl, there's ways of frugal yourself around this and get yourself a house, because renting kind of sucks. Right now, it's not so bad with interest rates. I got you. I feel you. But eventually they'll go down. So there it is. I've become a billionaire real estate investor. I don't have that kind of money sitting around. I still eat at Taco Bell. Okay, so
no shade.
Don't come knocking on my door for a little something.
Yeah, Wendy's. But
no,
that's great,
because you have to sacrifice a lot. Thank you to my husband, Booster Brian.
I think it's a key too. You have to have a mate that's
supportive.
Supportive.
Again, it's called the Millionaire Real Estate
Look at me now!
Look at you now! The Millionaire Real Estate Investor, Special K and Booster.
Yeah.
That's by Gary Keller.
They're going to have a commercial with those. They'll be on a yacht.
Oh, yeah, look at us.
Hey.
Or they'll be doing those.
Remember the 90s, those commercial? The guy was on the
The
yacht.
hotel convention guy who's like, I'm going to come to a hotel convention here and tell you how you can have this.
Wolf of Wall Street.
We didn't do that.
That too, yeah.
We never went to those paid conventions. That might be a little bit of ultra fanciful thinking there. You know, you're paying. You don't need to pay all that money to go to these stupid conferences.
Yeah,
buy a
read some
couple
of these
books, read through these things.
Someone said also too, Rich Dad Poor Dad was a great.
That's what my husband read.
Yeah, Mark loves that too.
And
just go on TikTok. Type in that, and you'll get
it really
all
does.
the summary.
It gives you. It does.
It has all of his, and Ramsey TikTok's got tons of the great stuff.
Wait, are you like Cliff Notes?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I could have gone to Cliff Notes.
Yes,
Gives you the hits.
absolutely.
I want
Like,
the
you read
hits.
the whole thing. You read.
I read
Coming
the
up
whole
next, we're having
thing.
a Roula and Ryan's Roses update. So last week we had what we call like the patch up, where the person coming to us had somebody else with them on the phone to get the person that is being suspected of cheating. Get the truth out of them while we listen into the conversation. You're going to hear how it all played out and get an update next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Now, time for a Roula and Ryan's Roses update.
We're going to do this on the air.
104.1 KRBE.
Okay, parental discretion is advised. Christy is engaged to Mark. Then all of a sudden, Mark's brother Alvin tells Christy, hey, my brother's been divorced twice, and he cheated on his women.
But Christy knew he'd been divorced twice. She just didn't know about the cheating. And it was Alvin's wife who listens to the Roula and Ryan show who said, hey, you need to contact them or you got to tell her about your brother Mark because there's a history there with his behavior and she doesn't know what she's getting into. So in an effort to help her out, Alvin chose Christy over his brother, does not want to see this girl get hurt. We had them both on the phone because that's how we were going to get answers from Mark. I did not have to call Mark and offer him red roses. It was a call where Christy, Ryan, and I were all listening in to Alvin talk to Mark on the phone and just try and listen in on what kind of damaging information he's going to give us to tell us he's a cheater.
We're all just silently listening, and this is how the conversation between Alvin and his brother Mark went.
What's up, man?
Not much, man. I'm chilling. What's going on?
Well, look, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but Mom told me, or I heard from Mom, that maybe you got engaged. Is that right?
Yeah, I told her a couple days ago.
Wow, that's kind of surprising, bro. I mean, don't you have all these other girls on the side?
I mean, I'm not married yet.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that when you do get married, you're going to get rid of these other hoes?
Let me tell you something. This girl, she's not the brightest girl, but she's pretty hot, all right? Testing the waters, I like her, so I want to get married.
So you're telling me that she's not going to find out like these other two wives that you had previously?
I told her about my two wives.
Yeah, but she knows you guys broke up because you cheated on her?
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but...
A good start, man. I don't know.
No, man, I mean, I don't know what you're trying to get at here. You should be happy for them.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm trying to be, but listen, I got to tell you, bro, I mean, I'm all about good people. I know we were running around doing this stuff years ago when we first moved here, but, you know, now I'm a good person. I got a wife. I'm doing straight. I just want to do good by people.
Listen, I'm not married yet, right? There's a few girls that I see here and then. I wouldn't call it dating, though.
All right, well, whatever you call it, Mark, I think the jig is up, bro, because guess what? I got them on the other line. They listen to everything.
Okay, he doesn't know what you're talking about. Mark, you're on the Roula and Ryan show. You're on 104.1 KRBE. You're on the radio right now.
And your fiance, Christy's on the phone with us, listening along to you and your plans. Christy, what do you just say about that?
I don't even know what to say, Mark. Like, really? You're going to mess around on me and say I'm dumb?
Yeah, he said you're not the brightest girl and that he's still dating other women.
I'm a little smarter than you thought, huh?
Wow, Alvin, you are an asshole, bro.
Hey, listen, bro, I told you got to be a good person.
Bro, how are you going to do that?
It's not right what you do to people.
You're mad at your brother. You're not even saying anything to your fiance.
I mean, no, because he's like trying to set me up.
Set you up with what? He was right. Can we just explain to you that Christy is engaged to you and Alvin doesn't want to see her get hurt and he wants to see you stop messing with people's lives. So he asked us to listen into a conversation he had with you, and he didn't set you up for anything other than the words that came out of your mouth are all your own.
You did that on your own, dude.
That's crazy. Oh my, Alvin, bro, that's so wrong, man.
You're still not saying anything to your fiance. Dude, don't you want to talk to Christy?
He clearly doesn't care. Like, I clearly meant nothing.
Christy.
At least I see the truth now. Like, thank you, Alvin.
The few girls that I said that I'm seeing, they're just my friends.
And Mark, what do you mean you're just trying it out with me? Like, we're engaged. Like, that means nothing to you? This isn't like a test run. What was your plan? Like, were you even gonna marry me?
No, you're my number one. That's why I want you to be my wife.
What do you mean by trying it out?
Like, trying out another marriage. That's what I mean. 2 marriages didn't work out.
Why didn't they work out?
Did you cheat on them?
Yeah, but what led to the cheating?
You are a total liar, gaslighter.
I'm so mad at Alvin. It's crazy right now.
You know what? You're rushing into this, and I think you need to straighten out your life before you get another girl involved, okay?
You, man.
thank you, Alvin, for looking out for me.
Man, that's how it wrapped up. I mean, he just got off the phone.
Yeah, he
did not look good for Mark.
So then, we all were curious, like, how is this going to play out over the weekend? Between their brother relationship and Christy's relationship with Mark. I mean, she called that off officially or what? Well, she's sitting by to tell us about it.
They both are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. We do have them both standing by. Thanks for the reminder, because usually we just have the one person call us back, but they're both back on the phone and tell us how to go through the weekend. Good morning, guys.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
Oh, man.
So, Christy, we're going to start with you first. Are you even considering this guy to still be your fiance?
Oh, no. So he actually, tried to get in touch with me all weekend, blowing up my phone. I actually had to, block him.
Wow, you blocked him, your fiance.
Good for you. I like that.
That's pretty extreme, though. You go from being, ready to get married to blocked.
If somebody calls you stupid that you think you love.
Yeah.
There is something different about being cheated on and then being humiliated. Disrespected like that. It's one thing he said, I think you're the smartest person I've ever met. I think you're brilliant. I think you're gorgeous. I think you have the best heart. I just made a mistake versus I made a mistake and also I think you're dumb. That's why I made
He didn't value her whatsoever.
Nope.
Alvin, how about on your end? What's going on with Mark? Did he try and come after you for brother betrayal?
Hey, look, I didn't talk to Mark, but I talked to my mom. Basically called her up crying oh, Alvin did this to me, did that. But you know what? She's got my back because she knows it too. She knows Mark's past, and she's basically on board with me to get him to straighten out.
That's pretty crazy that he called you. I called Mom telling on you.
Because it never matters how old you get. You're going to go to Mommy.
My God.
Mom.
Yeah, he's there's something up with him now. He's got to grow up. I told him he's like a little man child, but we're in our 30s now. You got to grow up after that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So it doesn't sound like he's persisting, right, Christy? You've shut him down, and he knows you are not interested.
Yeah, no. Hopefully he leaves me alone now. Yeah, Alvin, if you want to tell him, if you do talk to him, just leave me alone.
Yeah, I don't think we're talking anytime soon.
I don't think anyone's going to be talking to each other.
The thing about the difference here is, though, Christy, you can shut him out of your life for the rest of your life. Alvin, you still have to deal with him in some capacity because you guys are family, and there will be some family event where you guys both will have to be present at some point. But for you, Christy, you could just close that door and leave it closed and move on with your life.
Yeah, no, a clean break is what I need.
It's 2 years of your life. I'm sorry that you had to learn this painful lesson, but be grateful that you've got somebody like Alvin. Are you guys going to still maintain any kind of a friendship, or is it just it's too weird?
It might be a little too weird.
Cool.
Sorry,
yeah,
Christy.
I'm cool with his wife, but it's just neat. Like I said, I need a clean break.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Best for her to move on, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's really all we could hope for you, that you're clean and free from Mark. And Alvin, good luck to you with whatever comes your way with your brother. But thanks so much for giving us an update.
All right, guys. I'm holding out hope that he'll change, but no problem. All right.
You never know. This might teach him a lesson, but probably not anytime soon. Okay. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you. You too.
All right, take care.
All right.
Probably not is right. We had a lot of people calling the listener line about that. I think of all the calls that we got regarding roses, this guy kind of sums it up the best.
That guy is a real good brother. I could tell by their conversation that they were talking. A good person don't let you treat other people bad, even if you're my relative. He called him out perfectly. It's so sad that his fiance, I can tell that girl, she knew that guy is no good, but the level of how he treated her, the brother needs to be commended. If my brother doing something wrong and he robbing the bank, I ain't going to hold him up because he's my brother. I'm going to tell. Somebody's got to tell to protect him. And that's what that guy absolutely done. He was robbing someone of their dignity and would have really just messed her up like he did the other two women. So that's all I got to say on that.
Yeah, exactly right. He was robbing her of her dignity.
It's true.
Because doesn't that usually happen? That's the thing of the humiliation of a cheat. Is, there are people who, imagine I think we all know somebody who has either been cheated on or has been the cheater, unfortunately. And the thing that I've seen in my personal experience with a friend that really had a hard time with this is that once it was out that the cheat had happened, it's you couldn't get it back in. Once you open that door and the secret is out, you cannot get it back in to get your dignity back because now you're the person that got cheated on. She got cheated on.
It's so painful. Now
you walk into a room, you can tell everyone's staring at you.
Yeah, and you want your wagons to circle you, but at the same time, you don't want all the wagons to know.
No,
because then they're all going to be judging that person if you stay with that person.
Then you've got the added torture of social media and people posting crap about it, make you feel even worse.
I don't see people on social media posting oh, did you see Sam? That happened there.
Yeah, but they'll message each other.
I mean,
people are talking about you behind your back, and
They
it
just forward
hurts.
it. They just send it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. They might take a
just send it.
screenshot and then send it to them or something.
Yeah.
Send.
That's
Well,
true.
it happens all the time, unfortunately. And, every week here on the show, we ask people how they figured out on their own that their mates were cheaters. And a lot of it is digital technology will give them up, DMs, direct messages on Instagram, or something on their Apple Watch connected to their iPad that they didn't know was over there.
It's a double-edged sword, Roula, because
where Life 360 gave them away. Why are you driving over there right now at 2:00 in the afternoon? Why are you over
technology
there?
allows them to cheat, but it also allows you to catch them.
Exactly right.
What that happened, like the first telegraph or the first? Because they used to be
over
those
by the
phones.
Pony Express.
I remember my grandma would tell me back in like 1940s or something that they had a phone system on the farm where everyone shared it, so you could pick up the receiver and listen. And they're like, "Oh yeah, old Betty over there, she would listen to conversations. We could hear her breathing."
Oh my God,
it was like
serious?
it was like a party line they called.
Wow.
Or something, it's
Like
if
the
it-
one
if-
phone line?
If you did like a short ring and a long ring or something, that's your number. That's calling for you.
Wow.
I have no idea how it worked off that.
Because
I can't
back
ask
then,
her, but I guess my uncle.
phone numbers were only like
Man.
4 digits long.
Because especially on the country, they all had to share it, so that whole area shared that phone system. So
Phone
anyone
numbers were
could
only
pick up
4
and you
digits
could hear.
long in the 40s?
Did you see Chester at the feed store?
Oh, he's looking
He was
good.
hooking up with Betty Lou.
They were like in
dungarees?
the Little House on the Prairie days.
Yeah.
Wind the phone up. I don't know what they were grinding out on the
what
wall
was that
of the phone.
about? Yeah,
In
you
the
see
old,
those
like,
old
18
phones in the museum where they rotate.
Yeah, some kind of crank.
They got to crank up
It's like
the
the
phone.
cars. They used to crank those.
Oh yeah,
Did
the
they?
front of the car.
Interesting. Well, there's your Rule and Ryan's Roses update. Go to krbe.com if you feel like there is something not going right in your relationship. Coming up next, how can you score Jennifer Lopez tickets? We've got so many tickets and experiences to give you. Stay tuned next on the Rule and Ryan Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Women's National History Month, National Women's History Month. I'm getting those words kerfluffled. Anyway, and because of that, at 8:20 this morning, we are going to be putting the focus on the calls that you have sent us to 713-278-VENT about a wonderful woman in your life.
And we still have a few vacancies if you'd like to call, because we're going to highlight every day of the week.
We call it a spotlight
Till
at
the end of the
8:20 and then
Yes.
3:35 with Kevin and Audrey. They're doing it as well because we have a lot of people that have called already, but we're doing it every day, so it's 2 a day.
In the month of March.
And there's a really
Yeah.
touching one this morning at 8:20. I just get a little tear in the eye.
So a couple things
You?
about, speaking of women that have done great things.
What?
Jennifer Lopez is coming to Houston. What's the date on that, Sam?
Oh my gosh, Rula, hold on.
Okay,
I don't
let's
even
look
have it up.
We were
yeah,
talking about
I'm
her off
sorry.
the air. How she has been here before with Enrique.
Mm-hmm.
She has been here before with, was it Pitbull? I think it was a J-Lo Pitbull show. I know Enrique and
Sounds
Pitbull have
all
been
right.
here.
Pitbull's
and
been with everybody.
Pitbull
Yeah.
and Ricky have been here. But this is the J-Lo show that we're giving. If there's a concert coming to town, KRBE has the experience for you because we have Madonna tickets coming up at 8:40 this morning. She's going to be here on a Thursday night and a Friday night, which is epic. On the 28th and the 29th
She
of
bringing
March,
the
at the end of the
Dun
month.
Kings?
The Dun Kings. No,
I don't think
not
she is.
Madonna,
She'll be
but
here
J-Lo.
August 31st.
Okay, and where's
That would
she
be cool.
playing?
to open
Toyota
night.
Center.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah, awesome.
So we've got Jennifer Lopez tickets, and if you are interested in winning those when it's time to win them, I want to remind you of the studio number, 713-390-KRBE. We've got Jennifer Lopez tickets. We also have Madonna tickets coming up at 8:40. You know we were the station for Taylor Swift. We even turned into KRBE for KRBE.
It was almost a year, right? It was like last April, was it?
Yeah,
crazy.
And the Taylor Swift effect is not dying down anytime soon. Over the weekend, the Kansas City local newspaper took out a full-page ad. Kellogg's actually did, and a full-page ad in that newspaper for Taylor Swift because Andy Reid had mentioned that, you know, their most famous Chiefs fan had made homemade Pop-Tarts for her boyfriend and his teammates. And Kellogg's took a full-page ad out in the Kansas City Star asking Taylor, we heard it says, to Casey's most famous fan, we heard you have a Pop-Tarts pastry recipe. What's the filling? We need to know more about
They
this
wanna get
DIY
out on
delight.
that cash.
Does it have frosting? Do they have little holes?
And how
they
do
want the
you?
recipe of her homemade
How do you make a
Pop-Tarts.
homemade Pop-Tart?
I don't
It's
know.
easy. You get
Is it?
pastry. Yeah, you think about it. You get like whatever your favorite jam is, right?
Uh-huh.
Put it inside. You can even do pre-made pastry if you don't want to do homemade pastry, and then just fold it over and do the little fork marks all the way around the square.
Then you got to
and
do
just bake 'em.
frosting on top because I hate the Pop-Tarts.
I guess
without
when
the
you say it
frosting.
like that,
Yeah,
it
and
seems
then the way the
much
frosting
easier
sticks.
than how I'm processing it.
Oh yeah, you get your favorite jam. You can do like a semi-homemade. Do a semi-homemade. Buy some.
Do you think she actually did it, or do you
Pillsbury-
think she's a billionaire? I'd be like,
Yeah, one of her
Maybe
chefs
that's
did
her
it.
thing. Maybe she likes to cook. Some people
they're
like that for
Tay-tarts.
stress relief.
Tay-tarts?
Tay-tarts.
Tay-tarts.
Not Pop-Tarts.
no.
Oh my gosh, you're
Tay-tarts.
ridiculous.
Tartays.
Is this tarts?
Yeah, so you could do that. You could do like even like Pillsbury crust and fold it over some jam, make the little prong impressions around, make it a square, and then put it in the oven. And then the frosting is usually just like powdered sugar, maybe with some food coloring or
Remember
some
that
kind of fruit
infomercial
extract.
in the 90s? It was that little machine that could
Pop-over machine?
You put the bread on one
Pizzas
side
or
and you can make
enchiladas?
pizzas. You can make desserts.
Yeah, little pop
What was that thing called?
I don't know, but I know
Was it a Ronco
the lady
product?
Probably
was
still
short
around.
and she had that red curly hair.
Yeah.
And it was also the other guy that was on an episode of Friends with Joey and the Milk. The guy
Oh,
with
is
the
that the guy
glasses,
that-
amazing in Discoveries.
He always wore like a sweater.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing Discoveries.
Amazing
You've seen that thing,
Discoveries.
right?
It's like
Makes
it was like an
grilled cheese, it
infomercial in
could
the
make-
90s.
Hold on.
Maybe it's come across TikTok as a retro thing, but this guy was real dorky, and he would host Amazing Discoveries.
What's
it's an
it called?
infomercial.
He found a great gig.
Look up
It
Amazing
was before the
Discoveries.
George Foreman grill came out.
Yeah, because we learned last week on Try It Tuesday that George Foreman Grill can make some really great Costco hot
I
dogs.
think he made $150 million
Mark
off
and I went
that.
to Costco this past weekend, and I was going to send you a video because Mark's like, "You want a hot dog?" I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I want a hot dog." And so then we got one, and I was going to send you a whole video, but we were really rushed because I couldn't put like condiments on it, and it was just a hot
not even
mess.
mustard?
Onions? What about
No,
the
we,
onions?
we because
Is the
so
onion wheel still
the
there? You
thing
crank
is,
the wall?
okay,
I haven't seen that in
Mark
a
is
while.
holding Santiago, and then I have the 2 hot dogs, and then I'm getting the 2 fountains because they come with the 2 fountains, and so I'm like, how am I supposed to carry everything and put condiments on top of the hot dog?
You couldn't do
It
it.
was just too much. It
You
was too much.
just went to Costco just for a hot dog.
No. Of course, I
okay.
needed stuff for the
Diapers or
birthday party.
something?
Of course, you have to buy
Oh.
more things.
I needed.
So what'd you
champagne-
think? How's that? The hot dog's bigger, isn't it?
It was massive
Yeah.
compared to the one
Did
that
you
we actually
enjoy
did for
it?
Try It Tuesday. I think because I was just like weird, it wasn't my favorite. I actually like the one better in the studio than I did then.
You like
Maybe
the
you
one
need
in the
mustard or
studio?
something,
Yes,
Better?
I like the one in the
Wow.
studio better than I like the one
wonder
when I
why.
was there. Maybe
And
because
that
I was
had
just
bread.
like, it even had bread. I don't know. Maybe I was just too.
And we learned
overwhelmed.
that Eric really didn't bring in Costco hot dogs. He had some gourmet thing that his chef
Did he?
prepared.
Yep. I did it
What,
too.
hand-rolled hot dogs?
I mean, it was for those that missed that Try It Tuesday. I was pretty shocked that I thought Hebrew National was always going to be the way to go, but that Costco hot dog.
It was good, right?
By the way, it's the sandwich
It
maker.
was
It's called.
good.
Just
That's
look
what
it
it
up.
is. Okay, I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
Sandwich
Okay.
maker.
Yeah, really.
And Ryan
Thanks,
show
Dexter.
on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
Creative name, by the way.
The sandwich,
Sandwich
maker. Hey, keep
maker.
it simple, stupid. That's
Yep.
what you got to do. Houston billionaire Tillman Fertitta bought the River Oaks district, the high-end mixed-use center east of the Galleria. And, let's see. He owns Landry's, the Golden Nugget casino chain. He owns the Houston Rockets. He did not disclose the price he paid for the 14-acre development, and that's at 4444 Westheimer.
Didn't it used to be a
I thought
Ford
it said
dealership?
450 million. Where'd
Sources
that
are
number
saying
come out?
that the deal came out to be about $450 million.
But that was like a Ford dealership.
yeah.
Like when I moved
yeah, I
here.
remember
And,
that.
and some crappy
And
apartments. yeah.
and a Quiznos over there.
That's
So
right.
I drop my car off there, then I'd go to Quiznos and eat a sandwich.
When they buy these properties, they've got a vision in their head. They know exactly.
A
They've
little
got it
area.
all laid out how
There's
they
the
can
aerial
maximize.
real estate above them.
I'm going to DM him and tell him could you lower that price for iPick for me?
I don't think he has
I
any
still
choice.
never
Like, he
been
just owns the land that it's on.
Yeah, but he's got pulled
Now they got to pay their lease to Tillman. It's not like he's going to go in there and change like all the restaurant menus.
That's right.
I'm
He could
assuming
change
this-
the buildings, right? Or add
Well,
new
when
ones.
they're-
he
their
could
leases
change
are
the
up.
Or
businesses.
charge
yeah.
parking or something. Oh,
Yeah.
that would suck.
Oh,
or drive
God, I
up
hope not.
rentals so that you move out and so
Oh,
that
yeah.
everything you want
met
goes
him
in.
many times, and I keep saying, he's like, yeah, I need to come on the show. I need to come on the show. And
Eric
he
was
never
mad
comes.
at Steak 48 over the weekend because they charged for valet. I saw that.
Yeah, I took my daughter and we went on a
And then somehow
daddy-daughter
GameStop
date.
got involved at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He gave them a big blank
I'm still
you.
fighting with GameStop. I still haven't got that.
God, who are you not fighting with?
Well, I'm just fighting with GameStop. GameStop,
okay.
it's on.
This week.
This week.
Never go to GameStop in Meyerland if you don't want to. They're awful.
Okay.
He has a
they
good reason
still
to
have
say
not-
it because they have not
They've
treated
still,
him the best.
This will
as
be
a
like
customer.
6 weeks. They
They've
still owe
not
me
made
$77. I bought a Switch with no controllers. I went back 2 hours later and said, there's no controllers. They said, well, there's a scam going around. People are buying them, and then they were stealing the controllers and then saying they don't have
So
them.
they turned it around on you.
I'm like, I don't give a crap. I want my controllers.
Yeah.
And I'm still fighting with them. I still haven't heard anything. I've been talking to the GameStop
Corporate.
corporate on Twitter or Instagram or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
they
said-
never care
and
when you do
but
that.
then he's
They
like,
do
well, yeah,
care
They
when
did,
they look
though,
at your
because
followers.
They said
enough
the
of our-
manager,
When
you
they
have to
see like 20,000 plus followers,
district
then
manager.
they care.
You have to, the district manager has to make the call. I go, wait, make the call. And I'm the dumbass who because I wanted controllers right then. I gave him $77 to buy 2 controllers. I should have just left and went to Target in Meyerland. So I'm just so mad at those guys.
And Ahmad, the reason
haven't gone there.
GameStop reached
Rewarded
out
them.
is because enough of our Real and Ryan Show listeners had tagged GameStop
added
in the
GameStop.
control. Like, you need to
sent
make
the
this
goons.
right at GameStop. At GameStop, make this
They
right
never
with
call me.
Eric.
Every time I call, I need to go over there, but I'm afraid to go face to face. I don't think do anything stupid.
Just compose yourself.
Oh, you
Like
might.
you would
cuss
do
him
something
out.
stupid, or they would do something
I would
stupid?
do something stupid.
Like, you're not a violent man,
Just be
Eric.
calm. Just be
No,
calm.
but he'd give them a
Mess with my
verbal
money.
beating. Yeah.
I don't know when you mess with money.
I'm just saying
Carrick
it's really
comes
wrong
out.
what happened. I
Carrick
cannot
comes
believe
out.
it.
Hey, I wanted to do this real quick. Beyonce announced that her foundation is going to be giving away deserving cosmetology students in our area a chance to chase their dreams. This is announced by the Baygood Foundation. This initiative will help people it's going to provide them financial support to 5 esteemed beauty schools across the country, with the Franklin Institute in Houston being one of the honored recipients. So she is helping out H-Town. They plan to award 25 scholarships worth $10,000 each to deserving students enrolled or accepted to prominent beauty academies.
That makes sense. She just released a hair care line, Sacred.
And Franklin, didn't they say she stole her song from the beginning of Franklin, the cartoon?
I've been hearing
Have you heard that?
Franklin
Yeah,
Institute
but I
has
don't
nothing
know-
to
I
do
don't
with
know
the Franklin
Franklin's theme.
cartoon.
Oh, I can pull it up in a little bit if you want.
Yeah,
to hear it.
Yeah,
I wanna
let's
hear-
do that.
I want
I
to do a
wanna hear it.
comparison
Shows
of
both.
Franklin's theme.
To me, I don't hear it at all.
Texas Hold'em and Franklin's theme.
Yeah.
Let's hear the comparison.
For us, Thursday or Friday, it was going around the world. She's stealing from Franklin the turtle.
I've heard that.
Like what? You people are stupid.
We could definitely talk about that too, because we could do this, but there's other stuff. I don't know.
We got
have
Date or
so
Ditch.
much to
We got
talk
lots of
about.
stuff
Oh,
going
yeah,
on.
there's a Date or Ditch coming up.
And Date or Ditch is where you tell us a situation you're in, and we tell you what to do with your life. Basically, you don't have to do it, but most people say, okay, majority rules: date this person or ditch this person.
This guy that left a listener line call, oof, I'm telling you, ladies, you want to be listening to this.
Ooh, ladies!
The vapors.
Oh, the ladies!
Pantaloons.
Everybody on the right side of the club make some noise.
I was shocked when I heard the call.
Everybody on the left side of the club, let me hear you. Ladies, Date or Ditch is next on KRVE.